Good morning, everyone. Today is the 24th August. Let us prepare, make some good profits today. It's a Monday today. Start of the week, as always. Just be more mindful of the market, building more liquidity for the week. Now, you have to understand Friday what happened, right? So on Friday, we had retest of the 5-day, right? And also after hours. So one possibility is how they are soaking up the sellers here, right? So keep that in mind first, right? Especially when we are still bound by the 5 and 20 day, right? So if you're looking for big moves for the week, all you've got to do is very simply set alerts at your 5 and your 20, right? And anything in between, you take it easy, right? You do not overtrade. Right? So that's the first thing, especially if you are a newer trader, or you're struggling to find trades, or you're busy. Just set alerts both ends. That's absolutely fine. Now, a few structure you have to first acquaint yourself with, right? So the first one was a retest at the 20-day, right? This was in the futures market on Thursday evening, if I'm not wrong, right? And obviously we are forming that inverse head and shoulder after the retest at the 5-day when we've closed the cup too. So this, if it wants to head up, it may have to rebuild the liquidity for a nested right shoulder for this inverse head and shoulder pattern. So keep a lookout for that. How you want to keep a lookout for that will be to ensure that it stays within, obviously, above the 20-day moving average, right? And you see a nested structure right there. So all you've got to do, just set alerts for 5-day. And remember, as I told you right at the start, if this wants to soak up the sellers, right, you will not miss it, especially if it starts to buy up in the precision algorithm there, right? So look out for the precision algorithm too, right? Especially now, we could be buying up. I will chart this orange later on, so just pay a little attention if the buying algorithms continue to stay in control. Most importantly is your 5-day moving average. The larger liquidity for the green, obviously, right? If this wants to continue heading up, apart from this simple structure here, will be obviously the larger one. And by then you will see 5-day already turn into some sort of support. So you see clearer structure here trying to grab this second liquidity right there. So pay close attention to that. Now what I worry is this 20-day moving average that is already trending together with the blue algorithm. There is some liquidity here, so the rejection of that 5-day, this may be quite a beautiful move as well. So what you want to do is wait for the cups to close. You see another retest of your 20-day moving average, and for microstructure here in the 1 minute if this wants to head down. Remember, any selling so far is always in the orange with boats of that green algorithm right there. Right, so you see some boats of the green that's forming, right? You want to be paying close attention to that. Now, the best case scenario is obviously we have a retest of both, so that will be absolutely beautiful when we get to both of the moving averages. If there is volatility, obviously this will be most ideal. So just pay close attention, set alerts. You know where the liquidity is, right? Especially when we are pinned between the two moving averages. So this makes it very easy for you to be a little bit more patient, because we are tight in the very obvious wedge pinned between both moving averages, and we have certain clear structure, especially with the liquidity that's building around the 5-day. And if this wants to head further down, you know that it will continue down in that orange, breaking in that green once we break down the 20-day moving average, and otherwise we may still be buying up in the orange here. So just be careful of this wedge, especially on a Monday, right? Let the market build liquidity, 5-day, 20-day. This becomes very beautiful. So just be careful of this wedge right here, right? There will be plenty of moves if we break the range. So just settle, let's be patient. Right, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you shortly, closer to opening bell.